Everyone. Welcome to my video presentation of my action research. The title of my action research was How Can I Use Cooperative Learning Groups to Improve Student Outcome in Mathematics within the fifth grade at an elementary school in rural North Carolina. I had two guiding questions. One was, can cooperative learning groups improve students' outcomes? And the second one was, how can structured instruction improve students' outcome? It was a little bit difficult to put in perspective what exactly was structured instruction, but I just thought about it as what exactly I was doing and tried to explain it as such. The reason why I decided to choose this topic is because within my county, within my state, fifth grade math scores was so low. It was below 40%. And I thought to myself, with having the added responsibility of being the math curriculum coordinator for my school, I thought about how I could really improve the students' outcome within my classroom, later on within the school, and then after that within the county itself, because I thought it was very poor that the percentage rate for passing for fifth grade was only in the 40s, and I thought that I needed to do something about that. I also wanted to improve my pedagogy. I'm always seeking to find ways how I can improve my understanding of the content area and how I can improve the way I deliver this instruction to my students to help them to maximize the time in the classroom and to really have applicable learning time and get applicable knowledge that they can apply in real life situation. This research took place within my very own classroom with 27 students and a teacher assistant. This is a classroom that I would normally be in all day, and these are the students that I would see on a regular day for math instruction. The major findings for my research, they were very positive. I must say that for the most part, my questions were answered. The students' outcomes did improve. I seen minimally a 10% growth overall average of all my students. One of the things that I noted, one of the wonderful findings, is that my students were able to explain themselves, explain the steps and the processes that they used to solve the problems that they did. That's something I didn't notice before. They were more detailed and thorough after we started working in these cooperative groups, and after we started having this engagement, this interaction. They were also well behaved. They were motivated. I realized that some students were more outgoing in terms of they were speaking more, they were explaining themselves more. I had one student who I can remember her particularly. She got up and she, for the first time, explained a math problem in class, and I found that very, very fulfilling. On the flip side, there were those students who were weak in the groups and they preferred to just relax and let the others do the work. So I had to find ways to deal with that situation. That was one of the drawbacks. I really wish I had more time to work on this project. I wish I had started this from August 2015. Yes, but the major findings that I feel that cooperative learning groups can and has proven to yield positive results and shown growth in students, not just in their achievement on test, but also their overall attitude and approach to the subject area. Another thing that I major finding is that it helped me when I was structured. It helped me to be a better teacher. I feel like having that kind of structure where I had the whole group, small group, the center time, that helped me to be more organized, and it helped me to have my ideas and to work with a particular time frame. It challenged me to be on top of things, to plan with some amount of spontaneity more than I would before. I love my subject, but doing this research, I found that I was researching more, trying to find different ways, different methods, different, approaches to getting these children to get this concept. And I feel that that's one of the findings from my research. How can this benefit me in my profession? Having gone through this course, I realized that being a reflective practitioner is very important. To carry out action research is very important because I found a lot about myself that I did not know. Going forward, as I hopefully move on to be out of the classroom and be a curriculum coordinator, I I feel that having done this research, I can be better able to help other teachers to understand how effective they can be in the classroom, how just taking on simple things and making modifications in their instruction and taking on these principles of action research really can help you to be a better teacher. And that is one of the most powerful things that I think that I will take on from this action research project. How does this benefit my teaching and learning in general? Well, the students learn, they're excited. One thing that I did mention in the written report was that when I started my action research and I had my first PLC, my first planning and learning committee with my math teachers, I shared with the administrators and the other teachers in the school what it is I was doing in my classroom, and they were interested. They all wanted to employ this same process within their classroom to see how structured instruction, because that's one of the things I had implemented. And everyone has structured instruction in their classroom. Everyone have cooperative learning groups in their classroom. And I feel that this has changed the policy within my school itself. My administrator, she holds us accountable when we are being assessed. She's looking for these things. She's looking to see that we have 30 minutes of whole group instruction, 30 minutes of small group instruction, and center times. And she's wanting to see this based on what I had laid out that I'm doing and based on what the discussions I had in my planning learning committee. So I feel that me going through this process has also helped my school, in general. And we're really looking forward to starting the 2016-2017 academic year with this kind of approach, not just to math, but in all content areas and with all teachers across the school. The difference with this action research and the one that I started in the previous course, EDF 6487, is that at that time I was in Jamaica, which obviously is a different context. I'm now in North Carolina. And in Jamaica, I was a reading teacher, quite the opposite of what I am now. And I felt like, having restarted my master's in January, trying to conclude it, I think it was pretty redundant for me to continue with a reading topic when I was in fact a math teacher. So it's a complete turnaround from the topic that I had initially to the topic that I have now. And I feel like that was the best choice for me, to change my topic completely, because as a math teacher, as a new math teacher, because I've only been teaching math alone for 3 years, I felt like I needed this challenge. I needed to have gone through this action research. I needed to have done these things and studied this course as a way to improve my pedagogy, as a way to improve math within my school. I feel like one of the things that I'm going to take back from this class and this action research is that reflection is important as an educator. You have to reflect on what you have done, what you are doing, and what you can do to make what you're doing better. And that is very important. At all times, we have to remember that our job and our obligation is to the students, and we must take that seriously. We must constantly seek to improve our pedagogy, constantly. And the best way to improve, to assess your pedagogy, is to be a reflective practitioner who practices action research in their classrooms as a way to help them and help their students. Thank you, and have a blessed afternoon.